It's the donkey of the day.
Look at these donkeys. Bunch of jackasses.
For the donkey of the day. That's pretty funny.
Charlemagne the devil?
Possibly. The Breakfast Club.
Yes, donkey of the day for Thursday, June 15th goes to Lawrence John Ripple, a 71-year-old OG from Kansas City, Kansas. Now, I am telling this story today because I want people to learn from the mistakes of Lawrence John Ripple. This is a teachable moment, ladies and gentlemen, because your Uncle Charlotte gets on this radio every day and tells you that life is all about choices. Everything in life is about choices. All we are doing throughout our whole existence is choosing, constantly choosing. And far too often, bad things happen to people because they simply make bad choices. Now, I am a spiritual person, so I believe in the serenity prayer. And the serenity prayer is, God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and the ability and the wisdom to know the difference, okay? Either John Ripple don't know, don't show, or don't care that he can change his circumstances. John must lack the courage to change his circumstances because John is currently in a whole bunch of trouble based off something he could have simply changed. He just made a bad choice. All he had to do was make the wise choice to walk away. See, a federal judge sentenced Lawrence John Ripple to 6 months of home confinement and 50 hours of community service because at 71 years old, Lawrence John Ripple decided to rob a bank. A whole bank. Bad choices beget bad choices. Robbing a bank is a terrible choice, but that choice happened because of a bad choice John made, and that choice was to stay with his wife. Let's go to WDAF Fox 4 for the report, please.
He robbed a bank because he was tired of living with his wife. His punishment? Going back home for 6 months. Lawrence Ripple faced up to 20 years in a federal prison for holding up the Bank of Labor in downtown Kansas City, Kansas last summer. Instead, today, a federal judge sentenced Ripple to 6 months of home confinement. He also got 50 hours of community service.
Mr. Ripple and his lawyer told the courtroom that Mr. Ripple had been suffering from depression ever since he had heart surgery in 2015, and that depression manifested itself into irritability, which led to this kind of sadness that would cause him to rob a bank. He was diagnosed shortly after he was arrested last September.
So Lawrence John Ripple wanted to get away from his wife. So in order to get away from his wife, he came up with the bright idea to rob a bank. Now let's unpack this. John told the judge that he blamed his actions on depression. Why are you depressed, John? I'll tell you why. Because you're in a relationship that you don't want to be in with a woman you don't want to be with, and you didn't have the courage to leave. Now here's the thing. If you're 71 years old and you can work up the courage to rob a bank, a whole bank, one entire Wells Fargo, one entire Bank of America, why can't you find the courage to just leave your wife? Divorce, separate. You probably don't want to get a divorce at 71, but just live on separate sides of the house. Just something. All I'm trying to say is there's so many other choices you could have made, and none of them had to be robbing a bank. We all get dealt cards in life. Some of us get better cards than others, and the real game lies in the choices we make with those cards, the risk we decide to take, and the consequences we choose to live with. Okay? What kind of relationship was John in that he decided he would rather live with the consequences of robbing a bank at 71 years old than living with the consequences of just up and leaving his wife? Makes no sense to me. There are 3 C's in life, okay? Choices, chances, changes. You must make a choice to take a chance, or your life will never change. John took a chance to make a change, but it was the wrong chance. You didn't have to take a chance robbing a bank in order to change your circumstances with your wife. You could have just left your wife. You're 71. What kind of grown-ass grandpa makes such a poor decision? What is the lesson to be learned in this situation, kids? The lesson is you are free to make whatever choice you want, but you are not free from the consequences of the choice. Please give Lawrence John Ripple the sweet sounds of the Hamiltons, please. Oh, now you are the donkey of the day. You are the donkey of the day. Yee-haw. I guess I get the logic. You rob a bank, you're 71, you think you're going to go to jail for, the last remaining years of your life. But even then, why would you want to spend the last years of your life in jail?
I wouldn't want to.
Just leave the chick. You're 71. Does your penis still go hard? Your penis still get hard? You still got action out here in these streets, man.
The Breakfast Club.